I'm having ice cream for breakfast. Banana and ice cream with chocolate, well, cocoa powder, nuts and dates. This is black tea with lion's mane. I've got some cloves and I've got a cinnamon stick in there as well. And and some black pepper. Of course, because it's a freezing day, we need a hot water bottle. So as you guys know, last year I was doing the cleanse for the last 31 days of the year, and I had my feast yesterday morning. So thank you to all of you guys who checked in with me, who tuned into that live. The food was really, really good, but it was a lot. As some of you already mentioned, I should go easy with myself, and I really didn't. I saw the sushi and I was like, yeah, let me keep going. I still have food left, and I'll be eating that slowly over the next. Actually, I should be finished by today or tomorrow, so it's not long to go. I'm happy to be eating solid food again. I see now that before, I don't know how I did it actually. Before I used to have such big bowls of salad and fruit bowls as well. I don't know if I'll ever get back to that level. Actually, I can't imagine having salad bowl that big, with like mangoes and sweet potatoes and broccoli, cauliflower, lettuce, all. How? I really wonder how I did it. All of my bowls are really tiny now. They're really small, and I don't feel as hungry as I did before, although I haven't actually got back to a regular routine of high intensity exercise. So because we're still on the Christmas holiday period, I'm not doing the 2 classes of dance a week, and I haven't continued with the 75 hard over the last month because I just kept everything to a manageable level in terms of the physical activity. So when I get back to like really fully training the way I used to train in the gym 5 times a week, 2 dance classes, and actually a second workout per day, which is what I really love, the 75 hard lifestyle, we'll see. Then you'll see the balls get bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm really enjoying more of the fruits, so being higher fruitarian. Yesterday, I started the day with a banana and spirulina smoothie, and I broke my fast very late in the day. Actually, I wasn't starving. I broke my fast maybe around 3 p.m. And then about like 8 p.m., 8 to 9 p.m. even, I had some leftovers from the feast, and then I had like a really tiny glass of juice, of orange juice, orange and pear and apple and ginger and turmeric. So it wasn't much, and I'm still easing my way back into regular eating sizes and quantities. But it's really nice to be able to eat like an ice cream for breakfast because it's so healthy and so nutritious. Like there's no harm there. Throughout the summer, for sure, every day would be an ice cream morning, for sure. So in terms of the inner work, I find that my body is so obedient to my mind, which is really nice actually. There's not a lot of challenge and resistance. For example, these days, for a couple of months actually, I haven't been sleeping with an alarm. Unless, for example, I had a train in the morning or something to catch. But usually I like 99% of the time I'm sleeping without an alarm. And so like last night I got into bed I think 11, didn't fall asleep until about 12 or so. And I told my body that I wanted to wake up early, and my body woke me up early. My body woke me up at 4 something, and I still feel energized. I'm not tired. And so it's nice that obedience, really, it kind of shows that there is a good, clear mind-body connection, and there's also a lot of trust. I trust my body to obey. I don't need to rely on outside sources like an alarm, like reminders, to make sure that my body knows that I'm the boss. I've been doing my 3 daily tasks. So that's what I mentioned in the live actually, that I want to do 3 daily tasks every single day for the entire year. So I'm using an app to track myself, and the daily tasks are writing and singing practice, and also learning new vocabulary because I learn different languages. And I know that at the end of 365 days, I'm going to be in such a great position But it's really great when I started singing yesterday. So I could hold you for a million years. 20 minutes of a vocal warm-up, and then I run through a song twice or 3 times. And it's not much, really. It won't take me more than half an hour, let's say, to do the singing practice. But I know that it would add up, 3.5 hours per week in 1 month, in 12 weeks, that is 14 hours. And then 14 times 12, I don't know, 160 something, 168, I believe. Anyways, that's a lot of hours of practice. And of course, with this new attitude of allowing myself to be a student, allowing myself to make mistakes and really giving myself grace, and also rewarding myself, saying well done at the end of every day after having completed these daily tasks. With that, I'm the kind of person that really makes progress exponentially when my mind is focused on something and when I really believe. And so now that I'm the bravest that I've ever been, I'm the most courageous and most self-compassionate that I've ever been, I know that my progress will just be like, oh, whoa. Yeah, I'm super excited for what I get to create in these 365 coming days with these new routines. And I'm also excited for the opportunities that I get to manifest, because I'm the kind of person on that vibration. In terms of meditation, I've been doing having a lot of presence in my morning meditations, still working with the Kundalini meditation, because that's really the thing that centers me but also awakens me. I think yesterday I was on the yoga mat at the gym. When I finished my workout, I did yoga as always, and a message came to me, a download came to me saying that I had to forgive 2 people that really hurt me when I was about 16, 17 years old. And they brought I felt very shamed by what they did, and I also felt very fearful about what they did. And that came up, so I knew that I had to forgive and release that memory, because I guess when I was 16, 17 years old, there was no one there to protect me or to reassure me or to boost me up or whatever. So what I did yesterday, I went back to that memory and I replayed it, but I intervened, because I'm not in pain today. That my 29-year-old self is not in pain, but my younger self was, or is actually at the time. So I went back and I found a solution for her, and I comforted her so that she can put that memory to rest and let go of it. And so what that involved this morning as well in this meditation is going to, a higher place, having a blankness in my mind, and then seeing these two boys at the age that we were, and giving them pink roses and sending them off. So when I do my meditations, I go to space. So there's a lot of blank space, and everybody's floating, walking around. But yeah, I gave them flowers, and I gave 2 other people that came up in the morning meditation flowers, just to put those memories to rest and allow that energy to flow. And because I'm doing chakra work, I know that a lot of emotions are the second chakra. So it allows me to just do a lot more inner work that's consolidating the reading that I'm doing about chakras. Again, it's that mind-body connection. When the memory comes up, it means that the body is communicating to the mind that something needs healing, something's going wrong. And so it's up to the mind to install a technique or tool or a practice that allows the body to soothe that area. And so again, I get to allow flow in my body and let the energy just move around, go through me, for the greater good of everybody, right? And another thing that I'm looking forward to is financial accountability. I looked back this morning at my life, and I would say that from 2019 is when things for me started to go a little bit downhill, progressively downhill, because I didn't have the spiritual awareness anymore, or the spiritual strength to really look at my life and evaluate where it was going wrong. And so what happened in 2019, this was my final year of drama school, which is also known as university. I was 24. I was 23, turning 24, and I really was struggling with money. Although I had high savings at the time because I had worked consistently for a long time. I had high savings, but my income at the time as a student was very, very low, and so I wasn't necessarily. I had a personal development practice, but I didn't have a spiritual practice. And over the summer months, as I started working again, I suddenly gained like a lot of weight. And so by the end of the year, by November, I was already at least 2 stones heavier. And so that caused its own problems. And I wouldn't say I ever really suffered. I was never really ashamed of what I looked like. But I think the inner work was lacking, and so I was kind of like going through the motions. And, you know, when you go through the motions, you're not really like creating in your life. You're not thriving the way you would like to thrive. So I had some successes in some areas and some failures in others, and then lockdown happened. My point is that right now I feel very courageous in terms of financial well-being and in terms of financial accountability, and I'm really ready to do the things that I used to do, and do new things actually to maintain a steady flow, or not even a steady, an abundant, a gushing flow of financial prosperity. There was a time when I was younger, I was getting paid like crazy, and I felt so liberated, and it was so good for like my femininity in terms of the things that I was able to provide for myself, and even actually sending money to immediate members of my family. That was such a great thing to be able to do. Going on holidays, you know, the liberation that comes with financial prosperity. I'm deciding now that that is my life. That is for me. That's the kind of woman that I am. Why not? That's what I deserve. Looking ahead in the foreseeable future, what I'm working on is building muscular strength. So really like incorporating calisthenics into my regime, and really like working on mobility. I'm super flexible already, but how can I move my body in different ways, in different positions, standing on the ground, and have that flow, have that fluidity and that strength? That's what the mobility training will be about, and the strength training as well. And what's really been on my mind is sustainability, the concept of like recycling and reusing. So I do get a lot of clothes like secondhand from charity shops or from like online stores, because I'm really thinking about that and the problems, the human problems that arise from fast fashion. But in terms of the things that I buy, you know, there's a lot of plastic around. And after watching Down to Earth, I've been really encouraged to bring a different level of awareness to the impact that I'm having on the environment. So how can I move away from single-use plastic, for example, and go for something more sustainable like glass bottles or deliveries, you know? How can I begin to reuse things and get rid of them in the most appropriate way? So for example, I've got some things that I cleared out, giving that to a charity shop. I mean, I was always going to do that. But nowadays I can, if I have, for example, leftover food, that can be put on an app where people actually come and collect it. A lot of things that I like, things that aren't really recyclable, I can give them away. And again, there's always an app for everything to share. So yeah, I'm really conscious of my footprint and sustainability, and actually being kind to Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is always kind to us. And that, friends, is it for me for today. I hope this video has been useful. My one advice as we set new goals and endeavor to accomplish these goals is be kind to yourself. Judgment doesn't help anyone. It won't get us closer to our goals, and we won't reach our goals faster than if we were to be kind to ourselves and really have that compassion. So don't forget to show yourself some kindness and celebrate all the wins, all the lessons, all the failures along the way. But until the next video, Have a good rest of your week, and I shall see you very, very soon. Ciao.